Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Harvey with me, a 2-1 win at the Emirates against Fulham. Nice to see Harvey. When things are good,
it's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
I'll be here if things dip, as we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. But at the minute, they're not. So things are great. Yeah. We're top of the league, 100% record. We've scored 11 goals. Yeah. I have nothing to complain about.
Nothing to complain about. No, listen, and we're going to go on to Mikel Arteta as well, 100th game in charge. Really proving a lot of people wrong from maybe some periods of last season. Happy with what you're seeing? Do you think he got it spot on today?
Yeah, I mean, he always leaves his substitutions so late. Yeah. I wasn't sure why Tierney was brought off. Maybe injury, maybe tactical. Zinchenko's definitely missed in this game. Doesn't really make a difference. Arteta got the subs right. Yeah. Eddie was very unlucky. Some may say he wasn't good enough. I think he was just very unlucky. Bern Leno knows his game. They train against each other. Yeah. I think he knows that he's just going to kick it pretty much wherever he can get it. Yeah. So, Leno got in the way. Leno had a good game. Got to give him that. But yeah, no, I think Arteta did fine today. Did good. I feel like Vieira's not fully fit. I don't know why El Neni would be playing instead of Vieira. Yeah. I've got nothing wrong with El Neni. I think he's fantastic when he has to come in and step in, and he did well. But you've just spent, 30 million on Vieira. He's supposedly coming in at some point, and you don't have Partey, but you play El Neni over him. I don't really know where that
it might be because Fabio Vieira more of maybe an attacking player that I'll tell you, kind of wants to deploy probably more forward. But I kind of want to obviously go on to, you spoke about Zinchenko there, and you said, you kind of did miss him a little bit there. So do you think Tierney's performance wasn't up to stand, or are you giving him a blight? Because listen, he hasn't played many minutes for the first team.
I think because Zinchenko is kind of maybe more versatile, a bit more of a utility player where he can play. He can play far forward, he can play at left back, he could probably drop into centre back if he needed to, and he can play in midfield. So I think what we've seen from Zinchenko is that he's able to help the midfield. He's able to go into the middle of the park, I guess, more often than what Tierney would do. Whereas Tierney would be able to bomb down, up and down, make some crucial tackles, get the ball out of play, kind of play it down to Martinelli or whoever, whereas Zinchenko can do exactly that, but he can also do a little bit more. But I think Tierney had a decent game.
Harvey, are you worried about Thomas Partey? This right thigh injury keeps coming up, keeps occurring. It's early on in the season, it's come up again. Yeah. Is it time to be... it seems like we're looking for a midfielder anyway, but it's not. It wasn't never I'm assuming, to replace Partey. It's more people were looking at maybe the Xhaka replacement. Are you questioning Partey right now, these constant injuries?
Yeah, I think if we sign one more midfielder, we've got enough depth to kind of deal with it. I mentioned Zinchenko can play in there anyway. I think, you've got Xhaka, Smith Rowe, Ødegaard, El Neni, and maybe a Tielemans perhaps, that can play. God, my voice is cracking. How embarrassing. And he can play amongst the midfield, some further forward, some not. And I think Partey never had an injury ever at Atletico Madrid. I don't think he ever missed a game, ever. No. And now he's been plagued with this injury. I don't know. I think we're safe because we've got depth, but I think he's been a crucial part of what Arteta's made so far this season. So to be honest, I don't know. I saw some comments in one of my videos early on the season was like, why is he saying he doesn't know? It's because I don't know. So, I don't know. I can give my opinion, but no one knows, to be honest. I think I feel like maybe he's never fully fit. There's always that risk. I know that when we had, I can't remember what it was that I watched. Maybe it was a Ben Foster podcast, and they were talking about when they sign a player, the physio, I think it was Gary Lewin, they almost rank the risk of an injury, and they might sign a player who has an injury and it's like a medium kind of risk. Maybe at this point, Arsenal are assessing him and he's got a risk of an injury, and it's always like, okay, well, how bad could it be? How bad could it affect him? Even for Zinchenko, when he came running on when we scored anyway, I think the stewards thought it was a fan.
I'm going to be honest, on TV, I thought it was a fan. I was like, who is that? Yeah.
I thought it was staff or something, but I was like, I don't know who that is. And I realised, it's Zinchenko. And it didn't look like he had anything round his knee or something, which is good, I guess. So, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, let's just talk about that, because Zinchenko ran to Gabriel, obviously his fellow defender, teammate as well. Nice to see, of course. So let's just talk about Gabriel. Yeah. What is it? Is it affecting you seeing that bad defending? Do you think, that's something so we should highlight and be very cautious of going forward, or do you think it's just a one-off? Or, what would you be saying to him in that change room?
I think, Gabriel was in our team last year. We had some similar kind of issues when trying to play out the back with Leno, and it wasn't really his strongest point. And we had that across the back line and even the midfield, passing the ball back, losing the ball, not being strong enough to kick the ball out, and that kind of thing. So it's happened before. It's the first time it's happened this season. 4 wins out of 4. one little mistake is fine. He rectified it in the end. At the end of the game, he was praying, and he was probably praying, well, thank God I made that mistake, and then I got a goal. So it's all fine. Yeah. And the winning goal. So, true. The goal to give them the lead and the goal to give us the lead and win the game. So I think he's been great all season. I know we've all kind of praised Saliba most of the time, and absolutely rightly so. He's been fantastic. But I think we've been focusing on Saliba for the fact that we haven't been able to have Saliba, and now he's just come in and been fantastic. Gabriel is one of our best players last season, so let's keep that in mind. So it happens in football. He rectified it. He scored. I don't know what he was necessarily doing right there. Yes, it was a corner, but it was like there were so many other players. It was kind of surprising that it would come to him, but hey, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, it's very true. So let's end off now, just because last time I spoke to you, very level-headed with your fan cam. How are you feeling right now? Is he still on that same sort of ride? Listen, it's only 4 games, or are you saying, you know what, this is looking good?
It's only 4 games.
True.
But it's looking good. Yeah. I'll tell you that. It's a good answer. 100% record. Yeah. Like I said at the start, we scored 11 goals. We're top of the league. I mean, numbers don't lie, I guess. Stats don't lie. When you look at where we are in the table, okay, we didn't beat Bournemouth 9-0, and we didn't come back from being 2-0 down like Palace did, like City did, whatever. But we're winning our games. I think a different Arsenal team wouldn't have won today. Yeah. I think they would have dropped. I think they would have conceded more goals, or they just wouldn't have got any of their chances off. But we have options now. People have been mentioning, I don't mean to ramble on, but people have been mentioning Saka not being great. Yeah. I don't think he's been bad. I just think he hasn't been the best player on the pitch.
Agreed.
Last season, most of the time, he was the best player on the pitch.
And holding us up.
Yeah, and now we've got Martinelli balling out. We've got Jesus. I didn't realise this guy had the confidence that he had. Obviously he wasn't able to use it at City. But now we've got him being great. Ødegaard's been good. Even Xhaka's been decent. Yeah. The back line has been strong. So for Saka to not be the star man, he's still a crucial part of a good team. So I'm not complaining.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.